Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. First things first, you already know, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive weekend. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed and productive Monday so far. For those in the city, hopefully you staying dry because we had a wet one last night, still got a wet one today. Um, for those who need to hear it, definitely make sure you keeping your health intact. You know, if you're not feeling any type of well, please go get yourself checked out and don't be stubborn about it. You know, for those in the city again, you got to be out in the rain. Make sure you prepare because it looks like it's going to be a long, wet day today for it. Appreciate everybody that tuned in last night for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. Missed it, catch the replay. I was going to get on. I was going to stay on it a little bit longer, but I had to get myself prepared for the work tonight. So, but all in all, though, nonetheless, still was a great conversation. And shout outs to all the members of the Eulogy family. Um, those who are members, y'all should go check your members only. Did 2 uploads this morning. Still got a couple things in the works. I just couldn't do what I wanted to because, as you hear in the background, it's raining pretty hard. But nonetheless, back where I need to be at and staying dry. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in for the morning conversation as well. Definitely was a good one. Today, just wanted to chop it up. Wanted to bring one or two things out to the forefront. Um, oh wait, before I go left again, my mouth. For fair use, and this is for just the educational purpose today. I want to reiterate on something. Um, to those people who need to hear it. So from what I'm seeing in the news, it's becoming a problem with some of the migrants that you brought into the states. Now, I kind of figured that was going to happen because again, you're bringing a whole bunch of different people. You don't know where they coming from as far as if they got a specific background, if they dangerous, and some of these people have already proven this so far as soon as they got in here. But in the same token, most of us are not tolerating anybody coming from anywhere and trying to do anything that we deem unfittable. Miss T, what's going on, baby? Yeah, again, you've been seeing certain reports and they talking about robberies or crimes and certain things happening. And yeah, it's coming from those people that you brought into this country. Um, you kind of figured that was going to happen. At least me, I kind of figured that wasn't going to be a good look. And again, because you don't know who's who. You don't know if some of these people are registries. You don't know if some of these people have murderous backgrounds. You don't know if they escaping, extradition and persecution for something they did probably back where they was at. Oh, that's how true it is. It's starting to rain hard again. Yeah, God feel me today. That man upstairs feel me today what I'm about to say. Because it's true. I don't understand how the resources we really should be having is getting sent out elsewhere. And then you also dishing out extra resources to bring some of these people in. Now, again, I'm all for equality and freedom and everything else. But there are some things that you should have your priorities straight with before you even try to do anything else. She, what's going on, my guy? I don't see how you have money to send to Ukraine. You have money to bring some of these migrants here. Some of these migrants is getting better treatment and faster treatment than anybody that's been here. But also they've been trying to wild out to a degree like some of the people that been here. Riaz, what's going on? This is a common problem again that we have. You know, it seems like you will push out resources where it's not needed instead of putting them where it is needed. And I feel there's going to be more reports or more little stories about that in different spots where they are letting the migrants come. Because again, you don't know who exactly you brought into this country. This is why you should be doing a screening anyway. Even for a job, you're supposed to screen people to make sure these people are competent and that it's not going to be no liabilities. And am I wrong about that, or am more on point about it, let me know. Because I could have swore that's what they do. You got to screen people. You don't know who's who. And if these people already fit backgrounds that you feel is unsavory, why even bring them here? Why let them be a danger just like some of the people that's here already that's being a danger? Something to think about. And it's really getting crucial. It's really getting crucial right now in certain situations. Like now, some of y'all crying and having a backlash now. Yeah, because you thought to do something without fully thinking. This is the problem that we starting to see. You will put something into motion thinking it's going to be good for the economy, good for the people, and not fully think it through. And again, I still don't see how people could come from everywhere else and get treatment and get everything else done quicker than the people who actually been here and that actually need the help. You gonna tell me you gonna accept everything for a migrant that just got here over a homeless person that actually is trying to get themselves off the streets and get themselves back into society? Is this what we doing? I mean, we have to really have a serious talk about that. There's no way you can tell me that that's the reasonable, logical option. Let's take this one over somebody who actually needs it, desperately needs it, and is trying to get themselves on course. Problem. Again, you always try to implement something to the people, even when we don't know what's going on. We pull distractions, so on and so forth. You think everything you do is good for the people. Guess what? Some of the stuff you're doing ain't good for nobody. And y'all pretty much know that. Y'all pretty much know that. You put certain things in play, and then now you suffering the ramifications of it, and now you're trying to reverse it. But some of the stuff you put in play is already too late. And this is going to be a battle that most of us are going to be facing day in and day out. I also want to talk about a situation, and again, I'm gonna tell some of y'all parents just be mindful. Start getting back to the family aspect of, you know, really trusting the right family members. If you got kids, trusting them with your kids. If you can't trust a daycare, um, story broke out, and I believe this happened yesterday or Saturday. Just showed up on my group. Um, one child died from an apparent opioid overdose, and the other two was in the hospital. They just arrested a couple. I guess they was running a daycare or something, and one of those kids overdosed. Miss Eve, what's going on, baby? Apparently because of fentanyl. Now, see, this is a problem we have too. I'm sorry to say this. This is a prime example of why some people just can't trust certain things. My own opinion of it is it shouldn't have had to happen at all. No kid should have to lose their life, and not because of carelessness. Now, I didn't dig deep into it, but even still, that's a problem we have in the states right now, fentanyl, and that is constantly being bred and made here some way somehow, and we ain't fighting that. It's making it to a point where it's hard to trust anything, even down to food, because you can have possible fentanyl or something like that. Like this is becoming ridiculous. Yeah, you got money again to send everywhere else and deplete resources on frivolous nonsense, but the stuff we need to get fixed and calculated in here, we can't get that done. Make it make sense. See, that's why I had to put that little copyright up because this is just for fair use, and it's just my view and opinion on it. I don't expect everybody to feel the way I feel, but I feel that way. Like it's crazy that we really don't try to tackle those problems that are needed right now. Y'all gotta really think about it. So we got situations that we need to be focused on right now, trying to suppress and bring down to a minimum. And we can't do that. But we could send resources to places that, even if they do need it, these places we probably ain't gonna never see or visit. And 9 out of 10, some of those people feel differently about us. I'm sorry, they do. I'm all for the having the allies and everything else. Yeah, yeah, but there's still supposed to be respect levels when it comes to that as well too. You know, and some of y'all, I'm not gonna lie, y'all come in, you quick to disrespect and talk about our culture and talk about everything else under the sun, but yet and still you came here. See, and I'm not trying to sound boastful or anything else. I'm just saying this from a general logical standpoint. It makes no sense that you would sit here and talk crazy about one nation or one country, but you end up coming here because you can't make it where you at. Tamika, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. But again, this is a common problem that I see. You know, and again, I'm all for the equality. I'm all for everything else. Don't get it twisted. But there's just some things that we shouldn't be accepting, and that's one of them. If you want to blatantly disrespect a place, and now you might actually have to go to that place, just be prepared for everything. It's going to be way different from where you was at. You know, again, everybody around the world has different traditions. I grant that. Everybody has different views and beliefs. I understand that. But in the same token, you can't talk about a specific country and then you come in there. You need the help now. Hood, what's going on, my guy? Now, again, some of these people that you allowed to come in here probably already done disrespected us to the core before they got here. But you still gave them benefits. And I know, like I said, yeah, I like to delve deep and go in certain situations. Okay. So when you see something that looks like an unholy situation, you shouldn't be trying to present it or bring it in here. But again, I want to say back to the main topic right now. Um, you have to really start paying watchful attention to your kids one way or another, whether you got them in daycare, whether you got them in family. But make sure, you got an eye for what's what. Because again, baby just died from a fentanyl overdose. And two babies are in the hospital now because of that. Now, I don't know exactly what was what, but as far as I'm concerned, that's still a tragedy right there. RIP to that young baby and condolences to the family. Again, this is something that should not be happening. Things like this that are really shape shifting our country, we need to really start breaking it down and really start battling it back because it makes no sense. Now, I'm gonna finish delving into that, seeing what's what with it, because it just popped up on my feed. But still, that is sad. That's a tragedy right there. Also, we had another situation of a woman going missing, and now they putting the APB out, worldwide search. That's what I'm saying. People got to start being more mindful and paying attention to their surroundings, who they align themselves with, so on and so forth. No, you can't be protected 24/7, but you should be protected mostly at all times, regardless. Because you don't know what could be going on, what's happening, you know, and you really don't want to run that risk. Man, listen, it's a few things that's just really running through my mind today. But, this was one of the main ones. Again, start being more careful and start taking better judgment on who you want to leave your kids with if you have to work or do whatever. Now, look, we got one family suffering and planning for a funeral, and we got two more families probably going through the distress right now because of what happened. Hey, yeah. Who? No, 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 you good. I didn't see it. I didn't see it since Saturday, I believe. Shoot. Yeah. But again, we got to come to that conclusion. You know, we got to start building a safer environment, especially for the babies. The babies should not be the ones losing their lives over, sheer ignorance and negligence. You know, and you hate to hear stories like that because again, you know, it didn't necessarily have to happen, but it happened. And it's sad that things have to get tragic for some people to really start standing up on what they got to stand up on. Oh yeah, that rain coming down hard already. I'm glad I'm in a dry spot. But nonetheless, the people should feel where I'm coming from. You know, safety on all boards, even when it comes down to the babies. Again, no child should lose their life by negligence. Whether they your child or not, doesn't matter. Any child hurt around you, or you will have to take responsibility and accountability for that action. That would be the equivalent of me taking somebody else's kids on a road trip and I end up missing one of the kids. I'm not going nowhere until I find that kid. I don't care if I got to overstay my welcome. I'm going to make sure that everybody coming back. No man left behind. No child hurt. Nobody, nothing. Thug life, what's going on, my guy? No, but that's a strong safety net that should start being built all over. And it's critical that we start doing so now. So we can avoid more situations like what we hear. Babies losing their lives because of negligence, whether it's through domestic, whether it's drug related, whatever. This is not how it's supposed to be. A child that's coming into this world is supposed to have that opportunity to grow and prosper. It's sad when it's a child that's less than 2 years old that's going in the grave or possibly being cremated. Again, it's still a sad situation. We really need to get it back together. You this is one battle we need to worry about too. All of this fentanyl and everything else that's killing people. We got to get it off the streets or get it away from people who got access to it. We have to, because there's no way you're going to tell me that child died like that because of that. So that means that child either must have breathed in. I'm going to look at the story. But for my opinion, for somebody to overdose like that, that means they had too much in them. What's going on? That means they had too much of that chemicals in their system for that to happen. And luckily, all three babies didn't die, but still, it's sad that one had to die. We got to start getting better. We got to start getting more acclimated with the people in our areas and making sure that everything is up to par. Because if it's not, that's a present danger. And then that present danger becomes a big danger. We got to see better. And again, nobody's going to live a perfect existence. But there's just some things in life we shouldn't allow, we shouldn't accept, and we need to start really battling again. Because this is what kept our communities whole for the longest. Having a strong safety net and balance around the right people and making sure that everybody is really vigilant on what the hell is going on. Knowing your neighbors, making sure that their backgrounds are safe, safe as possible. That's needed right now. There's certain things right now, I'm not going to lie, since that pandemic started, I'm going to say it again. This pandemic was a gift for some, but a curse for most. And it's a curse for most because look at some of the situations now that's not being addressed, that's not being really aggressive. There's certain buildings right now that used to have nothing but cop activity, strolling and doing everything. You barely even see that now. In one building I went into across town, I know for a fact they always had, cop activity swooping through or just, doing their verticals and stuff like that. You don't even see that like that right now in the city to some degree. Because this pandemic done really started something. So now it almost feels like almost every crime except for the main crime are being overlooked. I'm serious. Even down to the common thing like indecent exposure would get you a damn ticket one way or another, or have you sitting in the jail, possibly having to face a registry because you did, depending on what you did and how you did. Shoot, especially if it was in certain areas that you know for a fact you shouldn't be doing that. That's not even getting looked at no more. But again, we got to fight what's necessary. Got to fight all that fate produced. What else can I say? That fake produced drug that is killing everybody. At one point, wasn't it called? It was another one out here called Ice that was killing people like crazy. And now we got fentanyl. What's the next thing they're gonna try to implement in here that's gonna be a killer for everybody? You know, we gotta wake up. You know, there's no way you gonna tell me that they able to produce and make this stuff in here, and people are getting access to it like it's nothing. And again, that's a dangerous drug to have. We see the consequences of it. Some people have overdosed off of just that small amount of whatever that was around. We don't need that no more. We don't need no more people visiting the grave because of drug overdoses, whether it was they fall or not. I'm tired of seeing that. There's some people who are suffering. I didn't even know they were suffering until it was too late. Being around the wrong type of things will definitely influence and mess up your body. If it don't kill you, it's going to definitely break your body down more than one way. And you going to feel it some point somehow. I feel the type of way about hearing that because, again, no child should have lost their life. You know, this is why I'm saying get to know your neighbors. There has to be a community outreach to a degree. We have to start getting to really know our neighbors, know who's who. Whether they lived here forever or whether they just moved here recently, you still got to get to know the people that you know are moving in your area because you don't know what could be going on behind closed doors and what could be a present danger to the society around you. Again, we getting tired of hearing situations where babies are losing their lives. It is time to take a stand on it. You know, safety for all the kids that's coming up in this world. No parent, no guardian, or anybody should be planning a funeral for a baby that's just literally only a year old. Now, in certain situations, you know, can't can't question judgment if things does happen, even if you're being correct, because there are people who have been correct and lost children, and it wasn't necessarily their fault. I'm talking about the people who know for a fact they've been a reason why their child has died one way or another. Shouldn't be happening no more. Y'all should be the people on the forefront bringing these messages to people who are needing it right now. Because again, at some point, when are we going to get tired of hearing these stories of these kids dying because of negligence, because of ignorance, because of just unsafe conditions? This should be a message that goes worldwide because, again, this can happen anywhere. And right now, again, you got a family that's preparing for a funeral that they shouldn't have to prepare for. You know, we have to wake up and come to a good conclusion on that. Got to start battling where we need to start battling. You're going to have people that want to play games and want to talk a bunch of foulness or even try to poke fun at situations like this. But there's definitely nothing funny with a child losing their life. So if anybody thinks to come in here or come around during the day trying to be stupid on that level, I'm on eulogy time. And that means I'm going all the way off regardless to how this ball is going to fall as far as this channel is concerned. Not playing when it comes to safety on all balls. I'm definitely not playing with anybody that's poking fun or playing games. I just had this conversation last night. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, some people that will really go that fucking deep just to get crazy, but you won't get your karma when it's all said and done. Keep poking fun and playing fun. Keep playing games. No karma gonna catch you and it's gonna hurt you in more than one way, and you won't feel it. And it's gonna be a slow burn to it. Why is it gonna be a slow burn? Because you kept slowly poking and provoking the wrong energy. Telling you, we have a job to do as citizens and also as the people in the community. Even the non-citizens, as far as the ones that's not following the protocol or going with the protocol. Y'all still got an obligation too while you in them streets. There's some things that should never hit your communities because again, that's gonna be a downfall you don't want. Again, fentanyl. That could end up getting in the hands of anybody, even somebody close to your family. How are you going to deal with that, especially if it's a loved one that you really would die for? If they're the ones that end up getting in that predicament, or they're the ones that's overdosed because of it. Be more observant. You're all supposed to do so. And see the people that are playing around and mass producing this or just being around it, guess what? At some point, you gonna get that karma too. Because you are creating and continuously creating a dangerous agent that can kill as many people and it's not right. And again, even if somebody doesn't overdose, they could damn near have an overdose. Too much of it, being around it too long, could be dangerous for them. And for what reason would you want to create something like that? It's like you almost causing havoc and you wanted to be caused. And I also felt what better way to psychologically scare somebody than by producing certain things or presenting certain things to the people. Just talked about this last night. It's almost like psychological suffering. It's not fair that you're going to keep creating these boundaries and these balances that are literally killing the people. Should be no way you're going to tell me it's comfortable for specific areas to end up having their hands on drugs that are definitely not a go for people. Like, come on. Yeah, bro, it is. But luckily, I'm somewhere dry right now. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those days today. I know. I gotta work I gotta work an early double today. So I already know at some point try to catch me a little nap for that. But no, I want to chime in with y'all definitely. Ryder, what's going on, my guy? But again, we gotta think best ways for our communities to at least try to get back to some sort of safety and some sort of strength. Again, we gotta start knowing our neighbors. Because there's no way you can tell me there's certain things that are happening under the noses of everybody and nobody's caring. Again, drugs like that shouldn't hit the streets at all because again, that could cause a global impact to a degree. Too much of something, especially on that note, you'll devastate everybody around you. You'll devastate yourself. Word, third, I hear you, man. I just got back where I needed to before it started coming down again. We had about maybe 5 minutes of a brief time where it wasn't doing nothing. Then it came right back. Yeah, it's gonna be a wet day today in the city. Serious, what's going on, baby? But again, like let's keep it a buck, man. no parent again should ever have to worry or suffer that type of loss, especially through a drug overdose. And it's not just the babies. We've had stories with young kids under the age of 10, some of them probably not even 15. We've had different stories of kids that have overdosed, whether it was their fault or not. And that's a sad thing that we got to keep seeing and hearing. Again, I would expect some of you parents to be more visual and be more observant with your kids because you don't know what's going on. And again, even if you think you know what's going on, you better pay closer attention because there could be something underlying you don't see. Jersey Rich, what's going on, my guy? Again, I feel bad on all angles because again, a child just lost their life because of negligence and because of a drug that shouldn't even be in the states at all. Keep it a buck with you. Wherever y'all was producing that at or wherever y'all got it from, you should have left it there. Sorry. You done brought a dangerous, you brought something more dangerous than the last thing we heard about. From what I was hearing, ice was supposed to be the most dangerous thing. But then now we got something that's even worse than that. It's fentanyl. And you got to be mindful too, because there are going to be things that, regardless of what, you should be able to you should be able to at least spot out. If something don't look right, better make sure that it ain't what it ain't. And the sad part about it, for those who are even producing that, you could take the risk of dying in producing that. It's almost the same way with you cooking up meth. You got nothing but chemicals and dangerous chemicals on top of that you breathing in, whether you got a mask on or not. You still taking a risk of killing yourself or killing people around you because you're producing something you ain't supposed to be producing at all. And that's only supposed to be produced for certain situations like rodents and whatever else you might be trying to kill. But you shouldn't be trying to produce that to kill the humans. And I would advise everybody that's doing something in particular, just make sure you are watching and being observant with what's what. And if something don't seem right, no matter what it is you're doing, trust your instinct. Penny, what's going on, my guy? Definitely appreciate everybody that's tuning in this morning. Again, y'all hear the rain in the background, but yet still, it's a quiet day in the city. Back to that Monday morning rush. Oh, there you go. It started raining a little bit more harder. There you go. Back to that week, that work week. So, again, I feel bad because again, no child again should ever lose their life because of that. And I'm gonna repeat that again, so it can stick in people's heads. No child should lose their life because of negligence, nor ignorance, nor violence, and especially not no drug overdoses. I'm sorry, shit. Stuff like that shouldn't just happen at all. I feel that when we start getting on the levels of fighting on that, fighting the other common dangers, I'm telling you, we can really start seeing some progresses. We do have to change that fact of not knowing who we really dealing with or associating with, especially in our community. Shoot, if I feel like to a degree your background is saying something like it's either what trafficking of some sort, whatever, whatever. Oh no, 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 we're not doing that because for all we know, you could be trafficking and doing everything, sex trafficking, and doing everything else, and we don't know who's who. And you probably might have somebody that's young and that's nah, we're not doing that. I'll be the first one blowing the whistle. I don't care how anybody felt about it. I'll blow down the whole entire operation. You can say what you want to say about it, but that's what needs to start happening. When you know and feel things like that, you have to act accordingly. Be smart, but act accordingly. Be the first one blowing down that whistle. Oh, you gotta. What's going on here? Because I guarantee you, when you get situations like that, even prostitution rings, you get situations like that. The majority of them be young. That's another thing we need to be trying to battle. Again, safety of the kids. Do you still fail to realize we got a dangerous world out here? We got people who are straight animals and don't care about life. They only care about the money. This is one form of money for them. Any sort of prostitution, whether they young or old. We got to get that open. We got to get that, tackle that again. That's what I'm saying. There are different angles that we all know we can attack. You just got to be a part of that tackle, no matter what it is. I'm honestly tired of hearing stories like that. Kids and overdoses, whether it's they fall or not. Again, protection at all costs. I'm tired of hearing stories of kids that went missing, still missing, probably in that trade if they ain't dead. Like, come on. Again, no parent should have to worry about burying their children before it's time to bury them. And if anything, I feel it's always supposed to be the children burying the parents. Once the parents done got to a golden age and they both pass on, all right, that's what you're supposed to do. But no parent should have to plan no kid's funeral. And I'm sorry, but be mindful. If you want to put your kids in daycare, make sure you are doing your research on these daycare facilities before you just place them there, because you don't want that type of situation to happen. A child losing their life because of a fentanyl overdose, that speaks volumes. And I think that's one of the worst things in the world. When it could be avoided and it's not avoided. And it's set in my stomach for real because again, you know, I can't imagine that loss of pain because yeah, I ain't got no kids. I can still imagine the loss of pain because it's still family, it's still blood at the end of the day, you know? And that's the craziest thing about it. We gotta be mindful because for all we know, we got situations where we got certain groups of people that are trying to bring the wrong things we don't need into the communities. See, I could be honest, even when it came down to the street dudes, right? Most of them was not allowing certain things to trigger their communities the wrong way. Even if they thought they got a bad batch on something that they was doing, nah, hold up, son. We ain't doing this. We ain't trying to kill our people. Bad enough we already killing them. We ain't trying to kill them. We gotta have that on our conscience. But nowadays, shoot, y'all allow everything in the communities, man. Y'all will sit back and allow everything. I mean everything in your communities to start plaguing it the wrong way. When will it stop? It's a question that should be asked right now. When will that stop? When will we get to that conclusion that again we cannot continue to keep having loss of life before they even really get to breathe and enjoy life? And yes, I'm speaking for the future generations. I'm sorry, but I'm really trying to just catch my composure again because I feel for that child loss, and you supposed to be making sure your child is in the safest place, and that safe place ends up being in the spot where your child loses their life. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to catch myself again. I'm very saddened about that, though. I really am. Mothers and fathers, again, start making sure your kids is in the best safety net, whether it's through daycare, family, even if you got to build your own little circle net. Do what you got to do, but make sure again your kids are safe. It's literally like the fourth blunt lit because I'm sorry, I don't like hearing stories like that. It really triggers me the wrong way. It does. Again, my heart goes out to that family that got to bury their child because of negligence. You know, this should be a awakening experience for a lot of parents right now. Should be. Gotta change. Gotta change everything necessary in order for your kids to have necessary growth, prosperity. Gotta do it for them. Tell you parents again out there, guardians, everybody that got a child around their possession that they are taking care of, fending for. Please be more observant of everything from the schools even down to your neighborhoods. Make sure that your kids is in the proper safety net one way or another. Get back to again knowing your neighbors. Get back to having a watchful eye, just like they should have watchful eyes on yours. You got some people again that guess what? If they wouldn't neglect their own kids, why would they neglect anybody else's kids? See me, prime example again. I got four god kids. My youngest one is definitely about to graduate come June. And regardless to what, I treat them like they my own. I raised my brother until he was 21. That technically was my child. That's my blood brother, but that was my child because he was still young. So again, I know when it comes to certain situations, I'm going to feel triggered because that could have been any type of situation, especially coming up in the hoods that we come up in. And again, no child should suffer that way. And I also hope for the safety of that woman that they got the worldwide search out for. Hopefully, she's able to make it home to her family. And this is something that we got to start being watchful of too. We got devious people who are doing things along that lines, kidnapping, making people go missing. Nobody should be missing or taken away from their family by force. I'm sorry. They shouldn't be taken away. And even in certain situations, your families are going to have to start being observant. Because if these are people that you love and care for dearly, you want to make sure that they're good on all accounts. No parent should have to worry about getting no call or getting a knock at that door, and it's not a good knock. Again, safety net on all ends. No woman, young or old, should end up missing. No kid should end up missing. Get back on that alleyway of fighting too. Protecting what's needed. And for those who might just be tuning in or already been in here, I'm, I'm about to start doing things on Rumble as well. I gotta get the subs up though, because I can't do nothing until I at least have 5 or 10 up in there. So I might be bringing some stuff there that I'm not gonna bring here because again, all right now, because again, I feel I got more freedom of speech over there. I feel like I got more reach to say what I want to without having to suffer any consequences or having to take anything down I don't want to take down. See, I'm gonna keep bringing this content, whether it's 3 times a day, 1 time a day, it don't matter. Just know the content coming. I'm gonna try to build off of that rumble at some point, definitely. And I appreciate you, serious baby. You know, we gotta come to that. We gotta see the light on that. Again, no child should have to lose their life before time. This is why I also say life is so precious and the things that we really need to be standing on and making sure that we have a better tomorrow, we ain't doing it. We should be able to do that at some point. Again, when you get to know who your neighbors are and get to see what's going on, 9 out of 10, you'll be able to spot out what you need to spot out. Again, we have to do so for the better of those kids. We have to. For those who might want to follow me on Rumble, it's Nate the Great 25. And I don't think I'm gonna really start building some stuff over there. And like I said, there's things I'm not gonna bring over here because I know for a fact the way I want to bring them, they ain't gonna let me. I already got backgrounds on certain things anyway, so certain things that's gonna be too touchy, I ain't gonna be able to bring it here. But I'll definitely be on Rumble bringing it. And I still feel at the end of the day, you know, we have a task at hand and we need to start jumping on it now. We gotta definitely battle the drugs. Not just the drugs we already are accustomed to or know that's always gonna be here. But we need to battle on the drugs that we know for a fact are killing people. That would be like you being a hustler and you got a bad batch of whatever you got, and now you serve it to everybody on a constant. You're gonna 9 out of 10 kill a couple bodies. You're gonna kill a couple people just because of that. You want that on your conscience? You want that to sit in your spirit? That you put out something that you didn't necessarily have to, and now people are dying? And I would say that's even the people that started producing this in the first place. What's going on with y'all? You're right, I don't have no content Aries, and you have no life. So on that note, go eat a bag of rocks. I would go tell you to do something else, but I know you already do that. So, and I'm not going to mess up my content because of you. Uncle L, what's going on, my guy? Now, while you sitting back there, you shadow baby, if this ain't content, you don't have a life. If this ain't content, what do you present as content? Oh, you could come up here and hit the panel if you want. Because I really want to know this today. I told you I'm on eulogy time today. I will burn your soul today and not care about it no more. You got the right one. See the problem with the community, even on here, you got people like you who are cowards and refuse to pop up and say anything. You refuse to even say what you consider content. And if you feel this ain't content, go eat some balls and go on about your business. Sorry, this ain't for you. This ain't for weak-minded and this ain't for cowardice people that can't come up under their own and say something. Sorry. My build is different from everybody's builds. I'm sorry it is. I don't apologize for doing what I'm doing. You should apologize for just being you. Grow up. Get up in the morning and at least thank God that you alive. Thank God if you do got kids that your kids ain't going through a system. They not getting planned for a funeral or being locked up in the system. Do that for a change. Stop coming over here, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna end up getting yourself hurt so badly. I ain't gonna be able to help it. And you can take that as you want. Because that's not a threat, that's a bona fide promise. People like you are cowards. Like I said, you feel you got something to say, you pop up here and tell me what's content. Clown. Oh, you can't. Because you don't even know what content is. Hence why you come over here every day to see what's going on. See what I'm talking about? And you still ain't take me off my topic. And again, I hope you parents really understand the ramifications of the safety nets for your children. I really feel upset that that kid lost their life. And if you think I'm in a playful mood, Mr. Troll, I'm not playing. You could definitely get your feelings hurt today. I could care less what come out my mouth. Grow an ounce of dignity for your change in life. Do that. Stop being a child and be a grown-up. You feel you got so much to say, bring out your own content. But you can't because you don't have nothing. Wasteful sack of sperm. Go on about your business, bro. Or sis, or whatever you want to be considered right now. Because you starting to act like a little bit of both. But I'm going to need you to man up. If you're not going to say what you need to say when this panel is dropped, so be it. What you get is no love over here. Right now, I'm doing more just bringing the content, the messages I'm bringing, and you are producing in your own fictitious life. And it be people like you that need to get up out of these communities. You don't have nothing to offer, so why come over here and be a pester to somebody that does? Don't get it twisted for a minute, because the hands do reach when they need to reach, and you reaching into the wrong type of danger. I'm again tell you, take that as you want to take it. I'm not playing games with you little kids. And I can't call you grown-ups if you still doing this every day. You're a kid. Grow the hell up. Take your Pampers off, put your big boy drawers on, and actually get into life and do something. See, unlike your clown ass, I can unplug from this internet anytime I choose to. But I still will be bringing this work. Why? Because it's necessary. And I don't got to be running around like you do. You run around probably not just in here. You run around everywhere where you think I might be at, or you just run around, period. So that goes to show you who really is an internet junkie and who's not. That goes to show you who really has time in their hands to do shit and who don't. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. You can keep sitting back there watching, because that's obviously what you want to do. But you're not going to be disturbing the class in here. Sorry, the principal has spoken. Jess, what's going on, baby? And see, I would choose Rumble only because what I want to say on here, especially to this person, I know for a fact that's going to get me in all sorts of trouble. So I'm going to keep following guidelines and protocols, even with this copyright up. But I can tell your clown ass right now, if you ever thought of doing content, I'll find out who you are for real. And 9 out of 10, I think I already know who it is again. But you have no content. You dried up, you useless. Just like your walls, dried up and useless. Just like your comments every day, dried up and useless. So when are you going to get up and put something useful into your life? Well, when it's too late? I'm telling you, it's a small world. Very small world. Some of you people end up weaning yourselves out just by being stupid. So keep being stupid. I got time to be stupid too. Nonetheless, though, back to the topic at hand. Parents definitely start making sure your kid is in the right type of safety environments, even if you have to trust people with your kids while you work. Oh, and for those who need to hear it, I'm sorry, I'm bringing this out today too. Please don't end up coming on these platforms being like people like this, thirsty for attention. See, that's what we get. A person that feels, I'm not saying nothing, but you're thirsty for attention. But you've been thirsty for attention since I got here. And like I said, I don't swing that way. So you better go find you something and continue to keep moving on. Because I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep prospering. And while I'm doing that, wasting my time and energy on what I need to waste it on, you won't be wasting your time and energy just being a nut licker. So my world and your world don't mix. It will never mix. I don't care how hard you try. It won't mix. So again, two different situations right here. I'm in a good situation. You not in a good situation. And if you was actually in a good situation, what's going on? You wouldn't be worried about anybody else's situations or what they're bringing or what they're doing. Focus on what you're doing, right? Yeah. And I knew you was going to come in here like a useless prick anyway to try to disturb something, but you really didn't disturb much. Again, I'm still bringing what's necessary, a talking, a conversation, and an awareness conversation. Because again, that could be your family member, jackass, that could end up catching a fentanyl overdose. And again, whenever you feel comfortable, before I decide to end this live, that link is pinned for a reason. Because it's either you going to put up today or shut up tomorrow or shut up forever. Which one are you going to do? I know that much. You will not be a consistent nuisance in here. And again, you come in here trolling, bitch, you got to pay me. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with nobody that think they coming in here with something stupid. You ain't hitting that. You ain't hitting that cash app. You ain't hitting this damn super chat. Don't come in here. Don't come in here with that stupidness. Because when I'm discussing certain things, I don't need ignorance like you to keep messing up what's going on. And you actually not messing up nothing because I'm still on point. Yeah, you got a little time today, but that's only a little bit of attention you get. On a Monday morning, you should be getting up blessed that you even alive. Because some people probably want your ass dead. Sorry to say it that way. No. We still in the commentary series. Don't get it twisted. But I always want to give you this little bit. Because again, it goes to show the people, like it gets to show everybody else that's watching the content. You have nothing to produce, and you are afraid for your life to pop up here and say something. So why would I give you life? Like I said, until you able to be a grown up and address what you got issue with me, you will always remain a little kid. So I'm not even gonna argue with no little kid. You're not even getting to work. Because again, I'm gonna tell you this right now. That could be somebody close in your family just had an overdose on something they wasn't even supposed to be around. Let's see how you feel when it actually happens. And I'm telling you, you come in here every day with that stupidness when it's something serious. So guess what? When those serious situations happen to you, I hope to God I know who you are, and I hope to God I know what to do. Because I'm gonna do the same thing you've been doing. Let's see where you get with it. You ain't gonna get but so far. And you ain't gonna like it. Definitely ain't gonna like it. Because I'm gonna make it my job to make sure you suffer every day. My pettiness is real. My patience, still my patience. But my pettiness, extra real. But see, people like this, even in the outside world, we gotta get rid of them. Because they don't offer nothing. All they gonna offer is the same old junk because that's what they feed off of. They feed off nothing but negative energy. Because they can't find nothing positive or constructive to put in their life. See, content like this is always gonna come, regardless to who it's coming from. So again, people like you who are minor disturbances, you don't always get what you want. Yeah, they allow y'all to run around these quote unquote YouTube streets and troll and be idiots. But again, it don't stop people from doing what they've been doing, especially strong minded ones. And I have a strong mind again to say that it's just some things in life you have to start being more prepared for. Situations like that should never happen again. And they need to come to a stop. Because again, child has lost their life over drugs.
Right here. Enjoy the rain and peace and quiet. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Go on about your pit. See, this is why people get drop kicked in the morning. See, my bad. I'm trying to be nice today. My bad, y'all. Y'all hear me drop kicking somebody? I know what happened.
Want some Moscato?
No, I'm not. I just got a coffee. I don't care about your damn Moscato. I
You
know.
gotta care about Moscato.
Nah, because you should have had that. No, because you should have had something. See what I'm talking about? Coming in with that light skin stuff. Can't do that no more. See.
My birthday's coming up.
I don't care. My birthday coming up too. What
That's
you saying?
crazy.
I know. Life is crazy. What up?
You're not invited to my party.
I wasn't coming in.
With that type of attitude.
I wasn't coming in the first place. But coming in, I'm coming.
With
I'm
that
coming as an
attitude.
IRS agent. Everybody owe me some money in there. Get
With
that.
that fucking attitude.
It's no attitude. This is real life. No, but again, I would say that again for you parents. Definitely make sure again that you are your kids in the best safety, man. Because that little baby that didn't have to die because of that. You ain't hear about that situation in the Bronx? The little baby died from the fentanyl overdose. Yeah.
They said they found the drug pressing shit, a pill presser or whatever, in the back.
It's crazy.
Daycare. They make pills there.
See, this is why I said when you are entrusting your kids in certain situations, you got to make sure that you are doing your due diligence. See, now I just found out something more. They was creating. Man, listen, it's just sad.
Some dumb bitch that let her boyfriend go through that shit in her crib.
That's crazy, man.
That shit that probably happened in somebody's crib or something.
Yeah, but that's the sad part. It's supposed to be a daycare for kids, and you mean to tell me one dies and two in the hospital because of that? Like,
Now y'all all going to jail.
Yeah. Because if the other two kids, God forbid, the other two kids die, it's gonna be something.
But they could end up with mental damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta pay for that.
Yeah, come on.
And they said they did an inspection a week prior to that happening. The inspectors came to the daycare a week before.
So how they think that?
They had just got an inspection on the week before, and then that shit popped up with the fentanyl. They said they found a press. I don't know what it's called, but it's one of them shits that press the shit, like the press shit.
Yeah, the compression machine. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had trace of the fentanyl in it.
Again, you don't want to hear stories like that. You definitely, because it's gonna make you feel. It's gonna make you feel a type of way.
But some parents gotta trust somebody else with their kids. They don't get support at home.
I just talked about that. I said they got to start either trusting family that they know they can trust, or you're gonna have to do your due diligence when it comes to leaving.
Because a parent, both of them, you know what I mean? Teamwork makes a dream, but you can't put them price on time. Can't afford no, you know what I mean? No diapers. Come watch this baby, so I can go get diapers.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, y'all, because this is really something that we got to start battling.
To save $150 on babysitter. Mm-hmm. That's $150. You don't have to give me or help me with. I could go buy diapers with that.
Facts. Nonetheless, though, you know,
we hope that trust nobody in her life again with nothing about it.
Yeah, that'd be the thing sometimes. You know, stuff like that because she's gonna have that pain with her. Sure, I would say the father too. I don't know if the father is definitely a part of that.
How much attention could you be paying to the kids that you didn't see them ingest that?
Yeah, they wasn't doing that. They were still worried about whatever. Before you know, they could have been serving people. And this is my thing though. How do you have a drug ring going on around kids? That should never happen. Drugs and kids should never be in that same token.
No, but don't get me wrong. A lot of people do that shit in their crib. They raise their kids. They sell their drugs. I mean, some people drink in their house, but you gotta be mindful of kids.
Yeah.
Separate the kids.
But you got some you got some that are not doing that.
There's no way you was watching them kids. You was in your own world, probably taking that shit too.
Crazy, man. Oh man.
That shit is sad.
You know, and it really we gotta shift that focus again because
now what does the mother do?
You know, we can't keep having situations like that hit the news or just hit, period. That's why I said everybody in the community, I don't give a damn if you're a street dog. You better have some sort of not letting certain things. And it's crazy because, again, you cooking up with stuff like that. Come on now. You could have killed yourself. Forget the kids. You could have killed yourself. All them wrong chemicals tearing up your body. What up? Them chemicals tearing up your body on all angles. Come on now.
How many people died in Coney of that shit?
Couple people, not too many. Not too many, but see, that's the thing, though. That's because they was going from nutcrackers. Yeah, but some of that was from they buying nutcrackers from the wrong people, buying certain drinks from the wrong people. Gotta be mindful of everything you doing nowadays, even down to your smoking. Make sure everything is everything.
If you want to do something wrong, do it right. You should have never had that shit out.
Scalp hurt with that one, man.
That's crazy, man.
I got my head hurting because between that and it was something else. I'm just like, man, this world done definitely fell and bumped its head, but we got to get back up. Can't keep sitting there and walking around with a concussion. Gotta get some help. Need to get that help. And again, condolences to that family because again, nobody should have to be planning their kids' funeral, especially that young. That's why I'm saying certain situations that shouldn't be presented around them or to them. Because again, they are going to be the ones that are soaking up and they're going to be the most impactful. They're going to soak up everything you're doing and end up start doing it themselves. I don't care if you was doing the hardest job. You shouldn't be doing it around no kids. I don't care if they're your kids, your cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever. Some things you should just keep under wraps. That's what we got to start getting back to. Keeping things under wraps so these kids don't end up being a part of any type of mayhem that comes with it. And I feel for those who've actually been victims to that. Because again, now a parent won't even be able to trust nobody, not just with their children. They won't be able to trust nobody. They're going to think everybody is out some way, somehow to come get or get people around. And that's not a feeling they should have. It's not a feeling that they should have, especially in the society.
The lady had an out of control teenage daughter, right? So she pinned her daughter because they had boys said like she could get into trouble, so she pins her daughter. The daughter calling her, she's like, "Yo, the ACS workers telling us that if we want food, basically they gotta sell their body for it." Her daughter recorded it. A whole bunch of girls, they had them like staying like in like this hotel type shit, like a boarding thing, and the director was telling them that. I was like, "Holy shit!" And she trusted them to make her daughter better.
Yeah.
And they try to make her worse. She's like, "Oh no."
Yeah, it'd be too much. Again, do your due diligence, even down to observations. If you feel something ain't safe after a couple visits, immediately go somewhere else for the help. Or go somewhere else and get your child the help they need, especially if you have to place them somewhere for specific needs. I'm sorry. It's crazy.
She thought her daughter reported, like her daughter had to report it to really like make her believe it. She thought her daughter was trying to make shit up.
Yeah.
To get money or get out of there. Yeah. You know, it was true.
Yeah, because some of these facilities, again, they make it seem like they for the people, but they not. And again, some of y'all, like I said last night, gonna have to start recording certain actions and certain things. Even down to the fellas, again, start recording when you think you got a spiteful or a hateful baby mother.
I was watching this thing, the courtroom thing, right? And the lady, she was fighting with her husband. She wanted to stuff the baby in the refrigerator.
I feel any damn adult, I'm gonna talk about that later probably. Any adult that's causing harm to the kids, your mind is psychologically gone. People like you should never produce or never have produced in the first place. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. It's my general opinion on it. Because any type of harm coming to a kid and it's coming from your womb or your seed, you bugged out. You men and you women are bugging the hell out.
I know. The person look good and they got good clothes and stuff, they can have a kid.
Gotta be big. You gotta literally do that. You got people doing the worst of the worst, trust me. Again, but then you got it's two ways, man. You gotta definitely be mindful of who you putting out there.
In a DB case, right? The husband used to hit on her and used to hit on her daughter. You know that the court granted him visits with her daughter? She's crying in the courtroom, crying in the precinct, like, please no. The daughter's crying.
Yeah.
They like the court said, now you go to jail.
But see, this the thing though. Now, but see, imagine, look how many times you have brothers crying their eyes out, really trying to be a focal part of their kid's life, and the same shit happens. So it's a two-way street to some degree, but they always gonna go for the women more than anything.
The boyfriend, and they didn't let him in the funeral. Like he's a fucking bad guy. I was like,
yeah, they'll do that. Trust me. And again, start recording certain actions because if it could possibly get you in trouble and you ain't necessarily do nothing, why should you have to take any type of responsibility for something you didn't do? And again, I'm still a little angry too about that video that surfaced. You trying to coerce your daughter to lie and say that the father touched or did anything to her. This is a problem that we are going to have to face too, and we're going to have to start stepping on its neck. You women have to stop being so spiteful and so treacherous. Same thing with you fellas. Some of y'all fellas need to stop letting your emotions override everything, especially when there's kids involved. Again, no grown up should ever cause harm to their own kid. Make that make sense when you're bringing something in the world, but then you're killing it for what? I don't even want to speak on this no more because I really get aggravated. I really wish if I was a vigilante and knew what was what, some of y'all would not be here right now. And them kids would be getting the proper help they need to get right now. I'm sorry, I just don't like shit like that. And I'm always stand on that, and I'm always have a message about that. Just like I'm going to have a message about violence. Some of y'all got to stop with the gun violence and get back to the hand play. And I'm still adamant on that. Not playing. There's going to be certain messages, whether it's repeated every day or not. Don't matter. Content. Awareness. That's what's needed. That's what's going to happen. I don't care how many times a day it gets done, it's going to get done. When I do take my break from certain things, well, guess what? There'll still be content there. So it don't matter. I ain't going nowhere. Not going nowhere over here. I damn sure ain't going nowhere anywhere else I build. So, get ready for the pushback. Because I'm not going to be sitting there tolerating too much of that neither. I'm going to push you all the way back. How you doing? definitely just wanted to chime in with y'all because felt I wanted to bring a few things to the table, and I could probably do a open panel tonight, talk on a few topics. Things that we can't control. You too cool, nigga. Word, I'm still trying to steal your sneakers. I knew I smelled beef bacon coming behind me. I knew it was evil. Need more pork. Cheer me. Man, we all we got. My bad, y'all. No, I'll be chiming it up with the people. See, this is the difference between me and some of these people that want to come in and try to interrupt. I actually have a real life with real people that actually love me genuinely and already know what's what. Even the ones I don't rock with like that, still got a common respect for what I'm doing. Obviously, you don't have no common respect for nothing, so that's what we just gonna treat you like nothing. But again, we want to discuss some things tonight. And I feel that's gonna be the best way to do it again. Now, I hope that all of y'all do tune in for this one because I gotta start really coming up with some real solutions. I feel it's necessary more than ever now. And again, for the members, definitely did 2 members uploads this morning. Definitely check out and peep what's going on. I'm gonna try to do as much as possible. Like I said, sometimes I'm gonna do an upload. Sometimes I possibly could be doing a live, but nonetheless, I'm gonna try to give the members what I can give them. Just try to be the best person I could be on here, regardless to what's going on. Again, not a near spirit on anybody unless it's that man upstairs himself is stopping me from whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm building. That's because I'm adamant on building and I'm going to build one way or another. And if anything, the people should have a respect for that. And some people do. Why? Because again, it shows grit and determination. I'm not hearing nothing about you caring about my content. Oh, this ain't content. No matter what you thought. Your thoughts mean absolutely nothing. What does matter and what is important is these topics that are being spoken on, the awareness that is being brought. You can poke fun and make light of certain situations, but again, when those situations hit close to home, let's see how you deal with it. You're gonna find out it ain't something to be laughed at, and you gonna really be ready to lose your whole composure if somebody actually does something like that. So again, some of y'all should think before you do things. Think before you speak. Think before you do, and also think before you react. But all in all, though, I definitely just want to chime in with y'all. Most of y'all busy working and doing whatever right now, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna somewhat try to get me a nap before this double shift. Um, like I said, I could be bringing this discussion tonight. I'll set a time for it. Um, More and more, though, we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep building, and again, we're gonna keep building the best possible options, even if it's bringing it through conversations and awareness. In order for the world to have some sort of significant change, we have to be a part of that significant change. Again, whether the people like it or not, we gotta think about the bigger picture and the better picture. If we not seeing what's going on, if we not envisioning greatness, we only going to envision failure. And why keep going through that? You're already kind of failing that. No doubt, just appreciate you, baby. I wasn't gonna hold y'all all morning either. Um, I did just want to chime in on a few things, and again, I could be bringing back up the conversation tonight. So definitely hope that y'all enjoy yourselves, get through your work days. Um, for those in the city, again, try to keep yourself dry. You don't have this all day, it looks like. So we'll definitely be back later. Again, for the members, definitely check those uploads. Something good, something light. Start bringing a little more stuff to light. Hopefully, I don't got to worry about this weather the whole week. Try to get a few things out as possible. So Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. And for those catching the replay, y'all already know we ain't going nowhere. We still gonna be here. So if y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Yeah. Said I'll definitely be back. If I can't get no music for y'all, don't worry. I'll be back tonight with that panel. So we gonna definitely have that conversation. But y'all go ahead, be safe, keep that third eye open as always. And until the next live, we out here. Peace and blessings.